what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're har, fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is a red-to-tea. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Jared with Black Spire Chronicles, talking to Lord Blapt, or Blapticus, from Mystic Seas. So we're at Rosewood 9. It's a huge role-playing event, and Lord Blapt's been someone who's been trying to push role-play, and also arts and sciences. One thing that comes to my mind is the raid in Salem, where you brought a bolt of cloth to hire people to fight, and I've actually seen you do that at another event. I can't remember what it was.
I've probably gone through about 500 yards of cloth in the past year or two doing that.
and also
it was all donated. But
I think you had chest of goods one time that you were talking about. And I actually talked to, ties into something that Sir Ivan from California, I think that's Celestial Kingdom.
Okay.
Can't remember. He was talking about like Amtgard economy and role-playing and community.
Right.
Just wanted to get some of your thoughts.
On an Amtgard economy?
Amtgard economy, role-play, just what are your thoughts about tying the group together and role-play?
Amtgard has a lot to offer for a number of reasons. First off, that it's one of the clubs that allows the younger people in. I know very few groups where a person can be a pretty much full participating member, except maybe some of the positions that require money handling and stuff, at 14. With permission and such. Most clubs are 16 or 18 or even 21 sometimes. And that means that Amtgard has the opportunity to grow greatly at an early age and sort of be the gateway to eventing in general in a recreation or reenactment or fantasy L.A.R.P setting. But an economy in Amtgard itself is going to have to develop out of people wanting to enrich their experience up here by bringing a little bit more either realism or personality to it. Merchants Row is something that needs to happen in Amtgard. We had merchants at one point in time to some degree. I think that the growth that Amtgard's experienced over the past couple of years, which follows a decline, but it's a very obvious growth, is going to lead to the desire for more things. I've seen at this event in particular so many new faces, and you can tell the new faces.
I know that with Aristeri as well, that Pack War had more people at it.
Right.
A little over double. We had 129. They had, well, maybe not quite over double.
129, is that what we're at?
Yeah,
right now?
129. We're one short of being an inter-kingdom event right now.
There you go.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
But Pack War, I believe, off the top of my head, had 230.
And we have a couple of inter-kingdom people, do we not? At least one?
Yeah, we have 2 or 3 from outside of Black Spire. Everyone, I'm going to move back a little bit. I'm getting blur.
I got you. We also have people that have crossed over from other genres at this
Yeah,
point.
with Belagarth people, we have people from SCA and the pirate events. Why is this blurring?
The idea of having merchants, of course, means that people have to come prepared for there to be an economy. But merchants will bring both the flavor of the village, the town idea, by setting up in a certain location, perhaps, that creates an economic center, okay, and an idea of trade. The little coins we've had for Rosewood this year and sometimes in the past are
enchantments, assassinations, get me a Coke.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I have a cigarette?
They create a catalyst for role playing and everything else. Event by event, I think economies of the plastic gold coin or whatever, what have you, is a very good idea. I don't think that it's something that will really be effective kingdom-wide yet. I think that the concept of an economy needs to build more before.
Now economies started with bartering.
Yes.
Seashells for firewood.
That comes down to people actually venturing out of their own little clusters.
So yeah, I know inside the artistic community, or our artisans. We trade quite a bit, actually.
And as people can do that because there's not so much ego. People that are here primarily because they're artisans and scientists and into culture or music or dress, garbing, etc. They mingle a lot without attitude, without a sense of bravado or anything. They're just meeting and mingling and exchanging ideas, and it's very pure that way. Amtgard has such a influence, or such a, what's the word, such a importance put upon, it's not the word I'm looking for, but it'll do.
Emphasis.
Emphasis, there we go, thank you. Yeah. Rum, beer, anyway. On the combat end of everything, it's so important to the Amtgarders that there's this thing that happens between houses and companies. They've got this L.A.R.P rivalry going, and it leads to, unfortunately, sometimes groups just posting up and not mingling, not exchanging their ideas or their trade, their items, the things they make and create. There's a problem with that. Yeah, sure, thank you.
You missed that one. I got another.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be a scout, man.
That's my left hand, okay? Now, there's an emphasis on combat, but one thing I believe in is the prettier we look, the more people will get. You can have a sword knight in rags, and it's not going to be as impressive to the public as the non-awesome fighter in full armor.
I hear people say things like that, that they don't feel like, I just don't want to wear garb, man. I don't have any problem standing around in a park and swinging a foam stick around. I was like, oh yeah, so you just want to look like some weird, goofy kid with a styrofoam lightsaber that's just, what, in his skater gear? Yeah, good for you. Now you look real cool. And if you're part of the crew and representing what we do as an art and as a lifestyle and as a hobby, then you certainly look a lot less dumb shit than you do if you're out there running around in, you know, gym shorts and a fucking bath towel over your head or something. I mean, then you really look raw. So you might as well garb up and take some pride in your appearance like you would anywhere else you go in public.
Now, I can't ever advocate Amtgard not being Amtgard. We have our own unique community.
Sure.
You, however, you come from different games.
I come from Amtgard. I've just.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, but
the improper statement.
That's something that should be known about me, as far as, you know, because I do promote other clubs' ideas being spread and shared, but I promote Amtgard's as well because I do come from here. It is where I started.
See, I know you've brought a lot of people from the pirate events in,
and vice versa.
Yeah, and I mean, like, what do you see them doing that we could possibly do, I guess?
There's a little bit more pride of personal appearance and stuff as far as just the flavor goes, to a degree. Especially if you go into the larger, more organized, older clubs. The SCA is not the only old club that's been doing this. My understanding is that Dagga here is as old or older than the SCA. And they're kind of a group that...
Little newer. I think Belagarth was...
Dagga here...
Or no, Daggathir was first. Yeah, SCA was 63 in Berkeley, I believe.
Right, it is Berkeley and it is the 60s. I can't determine exactly what year either, but
63
right.
or 64.
Yeah, Wikipedia at least.
So there's boffer culture that's L.A.R.P in Dagga here that is as old as that almost, you know, is within 4 or 5 years here.
Some of the European groups are like...
Yeah, sure, and might be even older than our American groups for sure. And certainly very organized. Households is probably the biggest thing that I want to see Amtgard become stronger in.
Arr, mateys, did anyone see the chests on that one? Aye, Captain. Arr, that booty be ready for a gun